Alright folks, we're getting right into it today, picking up right where we left off. Right now I am machining some little tube adapters to allow me to sleeve two pieces of 1-inch tubing together. You see I'm test fitting right there. So there it is. So now I'm using those tube adapters to take this rear hoop for the seat and attach a couple more bars to it to make the seat frame. Okay, I'm liking what I'm looking at. I basically just need to brace this. So logically, from what I see, pretty much the most logical brace here is from somewhere in this bend to probably that bend right there. That seems like it would provide the most support and look the best. But I think that it should have a little bend in it, possibly itself. So we could do something like that, which gives it a little something. Or we could do it like that, which gets it up out of the way more. Something like that. Oh yeah, an S in there? Ooh, that'd be cool. But I don't want to complicate it too much, so I got this piece here, which has an equal bend here and here. So basically, I can just take, actually I was thinking about doing it like this, so that gives it more, yeah, definitely like that. So we'll take this. That's going to be a hard coat to do though. I mean, we could have it come out this way. No, I think we want it like that. It's going to be a tough coat, or a tough, part to work around, but it's going to be worth it because it's going to look pretty sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. We'll get it cut. And we'll see if we can make an identical one on the other side. That's the hard part. Alright, so I managed to whip this one out real quick. Like, that didn't take me long at all. And it fits in there just beautifully. Now the problem is, I'm going to be making it look exactly the same, but on the other side. So basically, everything is opposite. Because this, pushes out this way a little bit, like that. So we need the same, oh yeah, we got enough. So we need the same bend, but for the other side. Hope we have enough. So here I'm just filling in the ends of the tubes there. They were just open and I didn't want a bunch of water or anything getting in there. Plus I wanted to kind of smooth it out. All right, so that is the seat mount. Done. I don't want to put the seat on there yet because it is really hot. But the last thing, the very last thing I believe that I have to do to this frame, except for when I put the gas tank on and have to make a way to mount it. But the last thing I need to do is actually put the foot pegs on here. So I got these here. These are the foot pegs, foot rests, I don't know what you call them. These are a couple pieces of 1/2 inch thick. These here, they're gonna fit into here. They're gonna slot into a piece of 1 inch tubing that comes off of there. Bam, so there's your peg. Well, it's gonna be more like this though. Anyway, so the first thing I want to do is I want to get the width. How wide do I want these to be? So I need to put the engine back on here so I can measure, because I want to get the foot peg outside of the engine. Oh, I probably will have to do, at some point I'm going to have to consider the exhaust on this thing, and I'll probably make a bracket or a hanger off of here, so there might be some more welding on here, who knows, but we're getting close, you know. We're getting somewhere here. Okay, there's our torque converter. We want our foot pegs to come out right where the joint is, where this section meets that section. But let's measure from the frame out. So we need roughly 4 inches. Let's go 4. Yeah, let's go stick with about 4. 4 and change. So maybe like 4 1/4. Oh my goodness, it is late and I am tired. But look what I have created. So yeah, the frame is pretty much done at this point. So just like that. So now we have foot pegs, we have our seating area, we got everything. I think. Geez, let me get my list. Let me get the list. What's on the list? Okay. So foot pegs, yes, we just did that. Whoop. Seat frame, yes. Swing arm I have not fixed yet. We're finished. Exhaust, I'm not done. Rear fender, I haven't done anything with that. Driver bearings. Fuel tank. Clean carb. Fuel lines, flange hose, grease, head tube. Okay, so yeah, just those 2 things basically. So, ooh, I forgot about I had to fix the swing arm. But this is huge. This is huge having this done. So, yeah, pretty excited. But we're going riding. We're going on another mini bike race this weekend, so this is just gonna have to wait till next week. And then we have a final mini bike race of the year, I think. The 22nd, we have a race, and I'm going to hopefully have this thing done, and that's gonna be the debut for this thing. So that's the plan anyways. We're getting there. Still a lot to do, but that's a frame. Good morning, everybody. We're running into some issues on my swing arm. One, these adjusters in here are they're just getting in the way. So I'm gonna end up cutting those out and moving them to the outside, and they'll work just as good out there. Just a little design flaw there, but you know, sometimes you gotta try things out. The second problem that I'm having is that when I welded in this shock mount, it seems that it has squeezed the swing arm together. So I'm gonna actually, once I get these out of here, I'm gonna bolt it all back together, try to spread it apart, and then we're gonna heat it up and try to spread these back out a little bit, because there's just not enough room for everything to clear in there. So yeah, I think that's about it. So that's the plan. I'm going to try and cut these. I'm going to cut these out. If I mangle them, I actually have another one, so not that big of a deal. And then we'll get it bolted together. We'll get the torch, and we will fix this thing. See if we can get these out without doing too much damage. Almost there. We gotta get this to come down just a hair. Okay. So. Woo. That was a tight fit. This is everything assembled so far as we have it. It's coming out pretty good. Got the seat on there. Yeah, it's super comfortable. Suspension is very plush. The next thing that I'm gonna get on here is going to be the fender. Where did we? Let's get the fender on this thing. That's my next move, is to get this fender on here somehow, and then we'll work on the tank or the exhaust and the exhaust. You know, all of the above, basically. Yeah, that's how I see it. Maybe in a little bit more. Yeah, like right about there. That's perfect. But I don't think I want any of this stuff on there. We could probably maybe trim here. Trim at that line, trim this off, and somehow tuck it up in there. Run this over the sander, try to smooth it out a little bit. Here's what we got for the fender. I made this little bracket here out of aluminum, bolted it on, it's gonna go up here. I still need to drill the holes. These are gonna fit up in here, and they're gonna get mounted up in that area. So this thing should be pretty solid. But first, well, that bracket needs to be bent actually, but we're gonna go ahead and mark the holes with this special kind of center punch. Alright, so that part is on there. Now, all I want to do is bring these up in here and give them a spot to mount. So basically drill a hole through them, tap it, and call it good. Okay, so we want to be right there. Okay, so I have these little tiny bolts from the Coleman. I'm going to see if I can find the right tap for them and the drill bit size, and then we'll drill these holes, and that will be it for the Fender. Here. It's looking pretty sweet. It's looking like a motorcycle now, or a dirt bike or something. There's enough work into this thing that it could be a street legal motorcycle, but I don't know if a CVT would be very good for a street legal motorcycle. Here you only have one gear, but yeah, that's fenders are on, seat. I've only got a couple more big fab items. Okay. So we only got a couple more big fab items. Let's see. What are they? Oh yeah, I gotta do the exhaust and the tank. The tank is a massive. That's a big one. It's gonna take some time. But the exhaust, actually, let's put this on the other side so that we can see the exhaust better. All right, let me bring you around to this side here. This is where our exhaust is going to be. So I could bring it through the frame. No, definitely not. So this is basically what I'm thinking. It's just right there, pretty much. We could just build a tab off of this right here to capture the mount on there, and bam, pretty much have an exhaust. Then I just got to make my pipes match up. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so I bought this kit from someone on eBay. It came with this tubing here and this flange, but look, this flange is a terrible match. Yeah, there's a huge, no, this isn't even close. This is not even close. No. I think it's supposed to go like that. But you got this huge, yep, it's hitting right there. You got this big chunk here. It's just not even close. Not even close. All right, there's the exhaust. Pretty simple. Doesn't really get much simpler than that. I just cut the flange off of my old exhaust and reuse. This is the turn from that as well. Actually all of this up into this point. This is the new muffler, or from the new slip-on muffler. And then I welded these little brackets here to keep the springs in here. The only thing else that's gonna happen is I'll probably paint it to try and seal it, and then I'll wrap it with header wrap because I don't want to get burnt on it, and it's very exposed. And then yeah, that's done. So yeah, really there's just a handful of other things to do, and the main thing is getting that fuel tank built. So I'm actually working on it right now. That's going to be in the next video. Anyway, yeah, we got to get working on that tank. So thank you guys for watching. I'm super excited about this. It's coming along. I can't wait to take a rip on this thing. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.